Okay.
Got
So
it.
I'm here with Hollywood's guru of hue. I mean, who has a better tagline than that? The fantastic Jill Kirsch. I've known you more than half of my life. We met doing Hollywood headshots in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
And, I was assisting photographers, doing hair and makeup while I was working as an actress. And yeah, we're in all those fields of beauty, from the front of the camera to the back of the camera. You've acted, you've produced, you've been on countless talk shows, and your real passion has been, you were on the cutting edge of color. Like, you're the one in Hollywood who is the most famous. And I'll never forget, it seems like, 90% of what Jill does is lets you know what are the best color shades for you based on some things she'll tell you about. But as an actor, and why she's so popular with actors too, is when you know the wrong color, it helps you play the part that the character requires. Now, if you don't know me, I'm kind of an upbeat, happy person, and my face always reflects that. And I rarely ever get cast as like the druggy or, the sickly person. I have kind of fat cheeks, always have. And so I remember I had a commercial audition, and I so needed to book this commercial audition, but it was for a cold medicine. And I didn't look sick. And then I remembered about going to the audition in not something that I look fantastic in. And it was like, I did some shirt like this. It was like a grayer version of this, and I got it. It was like, I wouldn't,
Love it.
I wouldn't dare go in with something that was flattering, because the whole purpose was to look a certain way. But 99% of the time, we want to look our most radiant. If we're going through hormonal changes or bad period cramps or a bad day, or,
Yes.
it's, the fake it till you make it kind of thing. It's such a beautiful, easy, like mindless way to feel good, is start on the outside, and then all of a sudden the inside starts to feel good.
1,000%. 1,000%. I agree.
So tell me your theory. Tell me. I know we had just talked about it. I want you to tell us that now.
Okay. Okay. So, hi, everyone. Anyway, I've created a system for fashion and beauty that leads with your hair color in making all your color choices. That's like it. I mean, it's kind of like, I say this is not your mother's colors. This is not from back in the day, the summer winter thing. It's like, that's valid, whatever it is for someone else, but it's not what I do at all. What I'm asking people is just to look in present time. What color is your hair now? Okay, whether they had their colors done 30 years ago, which I hear a lot, now they're gray. They send me emails, capital letters. I let my hair go white. I don't know what to do. Everything looks horrible. My makeup, my clothes, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like, I have an app for that. I have a swatch book for that. Yeah, I've made it super, super simple to look your absolute most beautiful every single day. End of story. It just is, and it's true, and it just works, And I've learned this from either acting in the story you just told about using bad colors, which I tell actors all the time for character work. I did it myself on a super low, independent, deferred payment type SAG film where the character only aged 10 years. So you're not doing a whole thing. I did the entire thing with color. The bad colors, the bad jewelry colors, the bad makeup colors, just to kind of indicate the passage of time. So it's an amazing tool for actors. But I have to say, since everyone literally and their mother now is on camera, it's gone way beyond people in the industry. I think because I've had a background as an actor, I really took the concept heavily into the industry when I was living in LA and, all of that. But now everyone's on camera and with Zoom and all that. So everything I've been saying to actors for years, like this whole thing with Zoom backgrounds, or for actors for their self-tapes or whatever, everything, your wardrobe, the colors, the background colors are either going to push your message, actually push your presence forward, which only enhances your message, right? Because you're so much more there. Then the wrong background can be a total distraction. It dilutes the whole image. You can know. It's like once you know your colors, you own it. You know, I give it to you whether you do a session with me, whether you just go to the website and buy one of these little swatch books. That's,
Show
you
me
know,
these books.
on your
Show me
hair
these
color.
books.
Yeah. So these are my colors.
Yeah.
Are filled with pieces of fabric that I've curated for someone with dark brown, black, salt and pepper, or silver hair. These kind of colors are great for someone who's an ash, like a white blonde or gray, right? These are your colors with this hair color that you're doing now. See, even if I just hold this up to you, look at this. It's crazy good. It's like amazing, right? And
Yeah.
then these colors are for someone who's like a warm blonde. Okay,
Oh,
that's that light warm blonde kind of Dakota Fanning, you know, Elle Fanning, like that, Kate Hudson, that kind of a blondie thing. So basically, all these colors not only work for the person, but they all work with each other. So every color you can play, you can layer your clothes, you can mix and match things and all that. And then for on camera, when you're doing your own taping, you take a color from your swatch book and throw it up as a background. Like I was saying earlier, when I do this, I wear black or I wear stark white because I work with so much color here. But there are different shades of white. So my white is that dead white. On someone else, that's way too white for them. With you right now, with your hair color, I would go more toward like a creamier white than the dead white. Whereas Michael is great with the salt and pepper with the white, right?
That's right.
Even I thought of like for guys, like with belts. Okay, so I just talked to an actor who I worked with earlier who just did shots. He's in your color palette, but Michael with the dark and the gray and the salt and pepper, which is so fabulous. Even if there's a belt, which is not even up to the face, to do like a black belt with silver buckle instead of the gold. See, when I hold this up to you, even right here next to you with the gold, it's amazing. It's horrible on me. This is much better. This does not work.
Crazy.
I know, it's crazy.
Mathematical. I got these little gold earrings that I never wore forever, and all of a sudden I'm loving them. And this little gold necklace I got for Christmas, like I've never, you know, my wedding ring is silver. Well, there's a tattoo, you know,
and
but
mine is gold, right? I did it before. So.
Okay, let's switch.
What are you gonna do? But look, we have, I wanted to show you this for a background thing. So we have these scarves, okay, that were in style, which totally blew me away. But anyway, I want to show you, these are my colors. Okay, these are some of my colors. I think it's way too busy to put in a background, but I want to just show you the difference in the way you come across between something like that versus something, for me, something like that. Totally dull. So now you're doing a presentation or a self-tape or whatever you're doing, you can do something like this and support it with the right colors. Or that it just dissipates. It's just like horrible. It just minimizes your presence. You see, Denise, I could see
minimizes your presence
in a heartbeat on you.
Okay, so
amazing.
I wanted to ask you about some colors. Is this a good color for me?
I like that. It's a little bit brighter, but it's kind of like that, you know, like that purpley magenta color. It's a little bit lighter, but I think it's good. I love this thing on your chair, I think.
This is a scarf.
I love that.
I love this scarf. Like I put this on and I just feel like I actually, yes, I love this.
I love that on you. And then I have a lip right sitting here. You see, this would be amazing on you. See, this is more for me.
That's more for you. We actually sell sort of a universal shimmer color, but
I love it.
You know, and I love it. Like on my lip, it just sort of stays that kind of brownish color, but it can go
perfect on you. It's perfect.
Whereas this, where is that other?
You should do a before and after. You have a grace. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Let's see that.
Like, it's just no.
But you know, that would be, we have to find someone with really great gray hair. Look at this. That's exactly in here.
Like it's perfect. But when I hold that up next to me and hold this up,
it's like, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Do you see it? I mean, the
I
difference.
do. And then, so show, because I buy a lot of greens because it's our brand color.
Yes, yes.
And there's so many out there, whether I go to TJ Maxx or Ross or
Yeah.
or the thrift shop.
And it's so much fun because once you know all the colors, you can go to all those stores and look like you came out of some pricey boutique.
Yeah, it makes a difference. When it looks right on you, it looks money on you.
100. I love that term. Yes, it looks money. I
How-
like that. I like that. It's a little bit light, but I do like it.
Okay, cool.
I do. Now, see that for me, it's not bad, but I want to just show you something.
Yeah.
That color I have right in here. See, this is better.
That's for you.
No, this is better for a blonde, like a warm blonde. I'm trying to think of people we know,
I don't know if I've worn it. I bought it, but I don't think I've worn it yet. It's like I start to, and then I always default to like this one.
I love that. That's, what do you call it? Money. That's the money. I call it the money shot. That is fabulous.
Right? Like it's just.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's like right in here. Kind of like a combo in here,
Yeah.
I love that on you. I love that.
And then I have these two greens, they were at Zara and they were like $30 a piece. I'm like, I have to get both. But again, so no, right?
That is good. Fabulous.
And then all of a sudden,
looking, do you see it?
Like totally with a gold necklace, all of a sudden, and you wouldn't know it's a $30 blouse.
Never. You would never know.
Whereas this one looks like maybe a $15 blouse.
It's screaming.
I know. I wore it at Christmas. I wore it for Christmas time, but it just didn't. And it's not because it's a bright green that it doesn't look money. It's because it's not money green.
Exactly. Listen, I was telling you, I mean, first of all, you're so gorgeous. So I said, all right, so if we're going to do this thing and we have to do before and afters, it's really hard to make you look, a before. But if you put on like that first scarf that's not your color, or like a pale gray or something like that, that is like not good at all. And the other thing I find really interesting, I'm looking at all your highlights, right? And I have clients that spend a freaking fortune on the balayage and the hair thing and all that, except if you're not supporting that with the right shades, it can look like a bad dye job. End of story. It just does. And every time you put up a color that is in your palette, it's like it all comes together. It's just so aesthetic. It's just extremely beautiful.
Wow. That's just so money what you said there. How important the hair color is to maximizing the money you spend on your hair.
Yes.
This I got from a thrift shop again, but I put it on and it's this cute little V, little V.
I love it. I love it. And look at the gold up to you, right? Versus the silver. The gold is so much better. You see, even your highlights, I mean, on the screen, I'm looking at this and it's fabulous. And it's so funny because I say to people, the gold looks cheap if it's not your color. See, these are both really cheap, right? But this looks so much richer than this. But
like this, again, going back to this kind of dusty gray, blue, pink.
That works with this silver.
Yeah, like with someone else's head there.
Not with you. Not with you, babe. Not with you.
Yeah, I love this. And so when somebody works with you, like what's like a success story of like, because you have you've changed so many women's lives with this technology, because
it's amazing. It's first of all, I mean, when they work with me, when they do a whole session, it's just, we do a deep dive. It's just a lot of fun. I go through all their colors. We go
on Zoom, right? You do it like this and they bring you stuff.
I never in my wildest dreams thought I could do this on Zoom, but what started happening in the pandemic, I go, let me try it. But I thought if I can't give a client a great product, I would never do it. But the thing about it is the colors play. They read so well on Zoom. It actually blows my mind.
Yeah.
And what I do is I have the clients send me a few selfies, hair down, no makeup, good lighting, white t-shirt before, just so I can get a feel of what they look like. Then I send them a link. Then we go through all their colors. We find out which color palette they're in. Then we go shopping on my site. We pull eyes, cheeks, and lip color. I say foundation is 1,000% based on your skin tone. I don't even go there. I say, go to your favorite brand, have them blended into your jawline. But for the eyes, cheeks, and lips, it's all about the hair. Then we play with the scarves, then they show and tell, that bad, good colors. I mean, it's amazing. But at the end of the session, they own it. So that's what I do when they book, when they book time with me. Otherwise, you can just go to the website. I give away so much free information. There's a free download of an ebook, lots of pictures, some stories, whatever. But even without that, there's just a lot of visuals where you can kind of, what color is my hair? Now, look in the mirror, and then you can just figure it out, So there are a lot of different levels of working with me.
Lipstick is something, I've never been a lipstick. I just feel all lipstick looks like ass on me, to be honest.
No.
It does. It's just the way, like most of my lip is the wet lip. So it never stays, right? So you put lipstick here and then all of a sudden you see the separate. It's just dumb.
Okay.
Fortunately, I like my own lip color. So I just gloss it.
Yeah.
My daughter could always wear red. I could never wear red, even with my darker hair, right? But I will see lipsticks can really make a woman unattractive when that color is wrong. And it's such a simple yet bold thing.
Yeah. So the lip colors that I would do for you, it's just funny without this being planned at all. But
no, don't do it about me, just colors.
No, I'm just saying in your color palette, I have like 5 or 6, or some cases like 10 lip shades for warm blondes, for redheads, for this. But someone who had bought a bunch of the makeup, she wanted to see all the lip colors. So I swear to God, this is sitting right on my desk. I swatched this. Look at this.
Oh,
so these kind of colors would be great on you for neutral.
Yes, that the neutral. It's like that. That's exactly it.
But people who have bought these already have been wanting a red. And I did a thing for Valentine. Everyone can rock a red lipstick, but what red? So I found this red, which is kind of like a brick kind of a red, but it has the depth and dimension of red, but it's not a blue red. It's not like a typical red.
Yeah, it's like
which would be amazing as a red for you. Let me see if I have it.
Yeah, it does. You're right. It does have to have.
It has to have like more of a browny red, like a brick. Here, see, like this kind of a red. For a red.
Yes. I cringe a little, but that is like for even wearing red clothing. That's
clothing. Your red, it needs to be an orangey red for sure, not a blue red. It's very different from back in the day when you were doing the dark hair. Very different.
Yeah. Yes.
It's so much fun. I mean, the whole thing is so much fun. I love what I do. I adore my clients. I mean, as do you, it's like, it's a relationship. It's a vibe. It's a thing. I have a lot of energy with this. I love sharing this with people.
Oh my gosh. And you've been on, you've just done so many interviews, TV shows, magazines. It's like, this is such an important part of how we look. It's what we lead with, and it's a simple and easy thing to control. This is like, you don't have to go to the doctor and get Botox to do this. You don't have to go to your nutritionalist and get on a whole vitamin regime.
Right.
This is an easy thing to do.
Very immediate gratification. Very I think you don't have to read a book. You don't have to exercise.
No, you don't have to spend any extra money because you're going to buy clothes anyway. So you might as well buy clothes.
Love that color on you. I can't even.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Again, another, I think this was Ross, $20. It was like, but again, the right green. Wrong.
You see the difference? It's too strong. And I have been in closets. I mean, between you and I, you can imagine like some of the closets I've been in, where it's as big as my living room, like the closet, and these people are so fabulous. And we go through bad, good, and they spend a fortune on some of these clothes. But they see it. I mean, I see it, but they see it immediately that if it's not the right color, it doesn't look fabulous and expensive. I have a friend who's a designer, and she's a very pricey designer, but she herself goes to, I think it was Ross, with the carts, the shopping cart, and she throws all these tops, cheap little tops, and layers them with like a more expensive piece. Yeah. But she puts the color right up to the face. It's very fun.
That's what it is. And, in these days, everybody does need to feel good about how they look. So interesting.
Yeah,
Never.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah. It's true, Amy, that it can make. I love you too. How the wrong color can cheapen the outfit. You know, like it can literally be, I don't know, made in Vietnam. It's a company, CC. Who knows what kind of knockoff this is, and yet it looks so lovely and with a
so
nice
good.
gold, the right gold necklace. You know, it's got a cute little sleeve. It looks money. You know,
It
and
looks money. And I said earlier, and that's why I didn't know what we were doing, like how much we got earlier or whatever, but I'll just say it again, that once you know, once you do work with me or whatever, you own it. And so I've done all the work, pulling the colors together. It totally works 100%. So my viewpoint is that if your attention is not like questioning and looking, and I don't know, and you're in your head and maybe and this and that, when that's all handled, you can throw your attention out to others and in the universe and play and get what you want and create great effects. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a fun thing. It's like empowering.
It's time saving and
Yes, and money saving 100%.
Yeah, it saves time, it saves money, and it saves your own mental state of of invalidating yourself, right? Like the older we get and the more filters and shit that we see on social media, we start to go, wow, I thought I was attractive, but it's not, you know. And then, you know, but then you start wearing, like, you're like, oh, I'm going to wear a scarf like that girl. And it's like, oh, it's not really a great color for me. And then you put on like the right color and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm in Paris.
Right.
You
And
know?
that could be so inexpensive. You see what I'm saying? That could be way less expensive than the other one.
Totally. And
it looks so good.
Throwing something on you that makes you glow and makes your skin tone look good. And that's, I mean, you know, I have a skincare company and my whole thing is bringing out your beautiful natural radiance. You know, you also have to wear clothes that don't conflict with it too, you know, like they both just work so well together, you know, like, yeah, I might have good skin for my 57 years, but if I wear like the wrong color, you know, then it's like it kind of brings out the crepiness, you know, whereas the right color just shows the glow of the hair.
Yeah, it's so interesting because what I'd love to do, I mean, I have a lot of ideas that I'd love to do, but I was thinking like with the hair salon. Okay. So people spend a fortune doing their hair either at a salon or even, you know, trying by themselves, but end up at a salon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I was sitting next to someone once and at a salon and they had the bib over them and they were going from a darker hair, which I didn't see, to like more of a redhead. The woman takes off the bib and the client had on a pale gray top.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in my mind, oh my God, if that woman was wearing a color, the green that you have, a teal, a mustard, what that would do to helping or making the hair even more fabulous just by the color that she's wearing, you know?
It's true, because right after you get your hair done, that's like, it makes me think, boy, they should sell smocks based on like, well, what are you here for? Well, I'm here to do a little balayage lightness. Great. And they're going to pull out, here, could you go put your bathrobe on? You know, and you put it on and they're like, what am I doing for you today? And I'm like, you know what? I want to get rid of these highlights and I just want to do a nice dark brown. Great. Go put your robe on.
You know, they need, for the dark brown, they need a dark blue, like a royal blue robe would be amazing.
What kind of green is for it? Like, what kind of green would you wear?
Emerald green. I wear emerald.
See, this to me is emerald. Isn't this emerald?
No, that to me is more Kelly. I just want to show you one thing really fast. On a show years ago with, I just saw it today. In fact, I threw it up as like a Thursday, whatever, the throwback. I came across this video. Okay. I did a show like another lifetime ago and they made me something to wear, like a suit. So I got to keep it. So I did this thing with Danny Bonaducci and Mario Lopez, like on NBC, this thing ages ago. So I wore, of course, I'm going to wear my colors and I'm playing with the guys, but I wore this green. This green is coming across a little bluer here.
I know, it does look super dark.
So he looks, Mario, because I have green eyes, right? So the eye and the color, so he makes this very cute little banter kind of TV comment because I directed the attention with this color that I knew was a good color right to the eyes.
So if
It's a
you have,
little bit deeper. It's a darker than emerald
yeah,
green. These are the kind of colors, these kind of greens are my greens. These, the emeralds is kind of like in there.
so if you have,
Something
salt,
like what you have.
yeah,
That isn't bad. Did we look at that with the flowers? Oh, we looked at that earlier. Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And the thing that's interesting about that, oh, we could do a series about this. But see all of the shades that are in there, and I tell people this all the time. If you do a print, it's like every single shade in the print doesn't have to be your color. But if
right.
the overall effect is, that's fabulous on you, because that
Yeah.
mustard is great. The deeper green is really good. The other green is not bad. So that's great. I love that.
This was another, let's see, I don't know if this was a thrift shop find, but I just thought, these colors were all, there's a funky blue in there, but it's so minimal.
So minimal. Yeah, no, I love it.
And
Right.
this again was busy, but everything in it,
Fabulous.
everything
It's so
in it
good.
was
They're
fabulous.
all the right colors. They're all, look at, hold that up for a second. That green thing you just held up with all the colors in it. You see, it has those browns
Yeah,
and the greens, and it's perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then I have this gray sweater that I wear at work, but it I only wear it just because I keep it on my chair in the air conditioning, but it's not as good on me. And I've gone back to this sort of, it's got a little more brown in it.
Yeah, it's good. I would go a little bit deeper, a little bit warmer or something.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
on my screen, it just looks a little bit taupey brown, like a gray or brown. I would go a little.
Yeah, no, I could see that. It's true. It doesn't pop. What hair color would be better with this?
I'm thinking, I mean, the way it looks on my screen, it looks more of a taupey kind of brown. It looks more of like,
It's
kind of
taupey.
between, this is a little bit warmer than the scarf that we didn't like as much, but it's this palette with that blue and the.
I could see that.
Yeah,
It's not awful, but it's not the wow factor.
It's not the money, as you would say. It's not the money.
It ain't money. It ain't money.
It ain't money, babe. Anyway, this is amazing. I had so much fun. I feel like it's like a marathon session, I'm doing it here, I'm doing it there. I'm like, oh,
right. I give you a run for your money, girl. But that's what beauty is, know.
We should do like a series or something of these. I don't know, or with friends, or get different people with different colors.
Different people with different hair colors,
Show and tell,
Yeah, but you do that so good, and your website has such great examples. And the older you get, we want to streamline our lives.
Absolutely.
When
Absolutely.
we like to get ready and beautify, but it isn't something that we really feel like spending a lot of time on, because we got other things we're doing,
places to go, people to see, right?
We've got our businesses, our careers. I mean, even like friends of mine that are retired, they're just as busy doing all their other things.
Exactly. And also I was thinking, like, when you talked about red carpet and celebs and all that, everyone has their red carpet moments. Do you know what I mean? Like the daughter's wedding, there's this, like all kinds of things. And you really want to know, like
that's a perfect point. You're right. Like, even if it's twice a year, you've got some fundraiser gala you're going to. A wedding, a friend's wedding, a 50th birthday party, a 70th birthday party. Don't you want to walk in and see that ex-husband and look fucking fantastic? Hell yes.
I love it. Yeah. And and the thing is, when I do this with someone, it's not like, okay, you get this one outfit and that's great. It's yours. It's like, I mean, people can always contact me with a question or something after I work with them, but bottom line, all you need is this and the makeup or whatever, but you need to get it. You need to like make it your own. And I swear to you, when I do this with like a one-on-one session and I'm holding up to me and this and that, out of the corner of my eye, even before I start talking about them, I show and tell, like, I'm me. Now look at this. Out of the corner of my eye, I see that moment where they already have the aha factor, like, oh my God, like what a difference. like in a nanosecond.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very cool. It's very fun.
It's that empowering word,
Yes. It is.
And whatever we can do, whatever I can do, what you can do to just help women, people be able to look. And I always say, when I help women with like hair and makeup, little tips, and when
You're
I do
amazing.
Instagram
Yeah.
stories, thank you. I say, I'm not trying to make everyone look like, a red carpet Kardashian. I just want a woman to be able to look in the mirror and not feel repulsed by what she sees staring back.
And introverted, because
I go a little overboard with the repulse word, but you'd be surprised. Like a lot of women in our age range, it's tough. Aging's a freaking bitch. And with all the social media stuff and the looking and the comparing, you don't know what's real out there. And so, yeah, we all can look amazingly hot with filters and with all of that stuff. But what about your life in between all that, which is really 95% of your life is in between that. And the ability to just meet someone face to face or some live like this and shake their hand and have them look at you and go, wow, you look really good.
Yeah, I love it.
Like really,
I love it. I love it because this filter thing, I mean, I got to say, I don't even know how to do it, a filter on the thing. I don't even know how to make it that way. But you see these people, and especially like the young kids, that's a whole other conversation about this whole Instagram and all that.
But this tool that you
it's so
deliver,
good.
this service is like you said, and it's yours forever. It's not someone coming over and charging you $400 to do your hair and makeup, and then they're out the door.
Exactly.
You are giving them a whole education with something that they can take on every little shopping trip they do, even if it's once a year, and just go through your closet and go, yes, no, because every time you look at something and you're like, it was expensive, it was a gift, I don't want to get rid of it. But then when you see, no, this isn't in my color palette, it's just taking up time and space.
Someone we know from years ago in LA had me come. She threw a party and she had everyone bring something that's been hanging in their closet, either with the tags on it,
like Nancy,
which everyone has, or with like slightly worn. And I did a little mini thing with everyone, and then they ended up swapping clothes, right? It's like my bad is your good. It was amazing. It was so good. And it's I've made this whole thing very fun, very spirit of play. You change your hair color drastically, great, that's fine. It's not bad, it's not whatever. This is what's going to make that shine. It's just fun. It's makeup. It's color. It's and it makes people feel really good, which is what you do. Which is what you do without even doing anything. You just make people feel really good. And I love you to pieces, and you know that.
I love you to pieces. Okay, well, before we both end looking like the crying face emoji,
right,
of all of our love, I want to thank you so much. For what you do all the time and for persisting with all of your busy schedule to come here with all of your lovely magic and all of your wisdom. And thank you for what you've done for me, for my career, and all the branding and stuff that I have to do. The tools that you've given me has certainly made my closet a very streamlined experience. So thank you.
Well, you're just amazing. I've told you like ad nauseum how I respect you.
True. I'm nauseous.
You like crazy. And so we won't go there too much, but you know how I feel about you. So thank you so much for sharing your
Jill Kirsh, your website and your socials.
Yes. So Jill Kirsh, and it's Kirsh, no C. Jill Kirsh Color is the website. And then all the social is at Jill Kirsh Color. At Jill Kirsh Color. Yes, I would love to hear from you if you guys have any questions or whatever. I'm, as you can tell, extremely accessible.
All right, Jill, I love you.
I love you back. Thank you so much.
So very welcome. We will chat again soon with this. I love you. Bye.
Bye.